Welcome, fellow ghouls and gamers. I am NightmareFan65, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be playing some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but there's a twist. If you recall my reaction to the recent Nintendo Direct, then you might have remembered me reacting to something that they hinted at a while ago, and now we're actually gonna get to play that. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be going into the first wave of booster pack courses as far as downloadable content for this game. Since that video, I've kind of lightened up on my opinion on that, and honestly, I can't wait to see, like, from what I've seen, I can't wait to just jump right in and just experience it for myself. I guess I won't go too much into the discussion of this, so yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the show. Okay, so how we're gonna do this today is, rather than playing both of the new booster pack cups, I had a little bit of an idea. Instead of just playing them all throughout the entire video or whatever, and just explaining everything as far as like my opinions on this, that, all that kind of stuff, I figured that the best way is basically to kill two birds with one stone by splitting this video up into two parts. This first part will cover the first booster pack cup worth of 4 races, and then the other video, the part 2 of this video, will be the other cup with the other 4 races. How this is gonna work is, when I go into the first cup or whatever, as I race, after every race, I'm basically gonna be reacting to everything as genuine as possible, and yeah, at the end of every race, I'm gonna rate each track based on their their overall design, their overall playability, as well as their lasting impact. Like, would it be worth coming back to the featured track in question? And that's what we're here to do today. So we're gonna go right ahead and start this part 1 of this 2-part series. And I feel like this is gonna be a, I don't know, like a monthly or yearly thing or something, like every now and then when every pack comes out. But I'll touch upon that in a different video or something. Maybe in the part 2 or something. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So here's what we're gonna end up doing. Rather than just playing them all one by one, the best way to do that is we're gonna go into the Grand Prix mode, and we're gonna play each and every track by cup. So let's go ahead. I've been trying to experiment with different characters as far as, like, you know, who would be the best choice for each video or whatever, but I feel like it would come down to, like, who would I see, or who would everybody else see race in that following series of tracks or whatever during this whole series. So this first race or whatever, we're gonna play as Isabelle. I've been kind of, like, you know, thinking about this for a while, and I feel like this would be a really good idea to start with her. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like she's the best to start the series anyway. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pick the cart first, and we're gonna go ahead and get in with the explanation of the courses and all that. Okay, so now that we've got Isabelle all set, we're gonna go ahead into the first cup. How do you access it? Might you ask? Well, do you see the top of the screen up there? On both the right and left sides of the screen, Well, those are basically to access the other cups or whatever. I know I feel a little rocky saying this, but just bear with me. Yeah. Anyway, so to access the courses, there are pretty much 3 ways you can do it. And probably the most simple way to do it is to flip the control stick up. And here we have all of the cups that we have at our disposal for the next couple of months going into 2023. And I know I'm probably gonna feel old looking back on this video, or at least this 2-part video or something, saying, hey, it's all, we're gonna be doing this until 2023, and it's 2023, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm old. A little bit of foreshadowing, but I don't care. Anyway, so as you can see, we have the first 2 cups available, but I'm gonna go over every single cup as far as like order of when they first appear or something. So first off, we have the Golden Dash Cup, followed after by the Lucky Cat Cup, which we'll do in the part 2 or whatever, but you know, we'll get to that when we get to it. That's followed up by the Turnip Cup. Strange, I know. Which is then followed by the Propeller Cup. After that, for Booster Pack 3, by the way, these were a pack, this is Booster Pack 2. Booster Pack 3 features the Rock Cup and the Moon Cup, ending the first row. And then we get on to the second row, which is Booster Pack 4, the Fruit Cup.
Oh, you mean this fruit cup?
No, not that kind of fruit cup.
But
Are you nuts?
it's a fruit cup.
It would never be that kind of fruit cup. Although, nah, I'm overthinking it too much. Put it away. Anyway, that's followed up by the Boomerang Cup. And with Booster Pack 4 out of the way, we now go into Booster Pack 5, which features the Feather Cup. Actually, that's a really good fit for that that cup name or whatever. And the Cherry Cup. And last but not least, we have the final wave of DLC in Booster Pack 6, which features the Acorn Cup and the Spiny Cup. The way I'm going to treat each and every single one of these videos is how I would treat all 3 of the primary Grand Prix from the first, like, you know, on disc, on cartridge gameplay, from like Mushroom to Special, Shell to Lightning, and Egg to Bell. The way we're going to do it this way is, as every DLC is going to come out, we're basically going to play it from top row to bottom row and kind of give like our overall opinions based on, like, you know, here's this, here's that, and how do I feel about it? Like I said before, I'm basically going to be reviewing each and every track based on their design, their memorability. It's yeah, you know what I mean. But we're gonna go ahead and start with the first cup to like mark this occasion or whatever, and jump right in with the Golden Dash Cup. So in this, we have, obviously you can see it right here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say the names anyway. I know I'm dragging this out a little bit, but like I said, bear with me. That's what I tend to do. Anyway, the first cup that we have features track 1, Paris Promenade from Mario Kart Tour. Track 2, Toad Circuit from the 3DS. Choco Mountain at number 3 from the N64. And Coconut Mall from the ever-beloved Wii, rounding out at track number 4, the final race of this cup. So, what's gonna happen? Only one way to find out. Let's go ahead and start with the first race. And here we are at race number 1, Paris Promenade from Mario Kart Tour. I've played a little bit of this track on Mario Kart Tour. It's okay there, but I feel like it's, you know, it looks much better here. I'd say. What do you guys say? Does this track look better here than on Mario Kart Tour, than in Mario Kart Tour? Or does it look better in Mario Kart Tour than here? I know I've been seeing a lot of people like hate on the textures in this game, saying that they're lazy or whatever, but look at the road. Does that look lazy to you? It looks way more detailed than its source game, I'd say. Honestly, I don't know what I was giving Nintendo a hard time about when they announced this, so it's kind of a yikes on my end because of the fact that, you know, I was quick to judge like so many other people, but looking at this track now, it actually does look and feel really nice. I mean, I've never seen the Eiffel Tower look so beautiful. I know, it's a very interesting term, and oh god, here we go. No, this is the bane of my existence. Why? Why is it that every single time I have to get hit by everything? Everybody, I swear, 150cc. As soon as like the higher difficulties. Okay, so right away, here's the twist with this course, and the reason why it looked like that to begin with is because of the fact that you see the arrows on the course. Those are to mark where the track is going to show us to go. So already we're playing with something completely different here. Like, almost like a different way to play the game, you know? I have no idea, but it's actually a really interesting idea. Laying out the track layout as far as like all these different branching paths and all that, and then, you know, bringing, like, I would almost say in a sense it's kind of like Need for Speed Underground or anything like that, just like Need for Speed or something, and then it tells you where to go and where not to go. So basically it's directing traffic, but it's directing traffic in its own way. So yeah, that was Paris Promenade. Sorry for that long-winded explanation or whatever, but you know, I feel like I had to get the point across as far as like me letting up, as far as like, you know, my opinions about the overall presentation. So Paris Promenade, that actually was really nice. Probably the best feeling so far. And the textures in this course look amazing. Definitely an overhaul from its original game. The overall playability of it, and I'm probably gonna mention this in the second part of this video or whatever, but the overall playability, I feel like they were trying to go more for like the easy route when trying to do some more Mario Kart or whatever, and that's probably why they did this, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Paris Promenade, great design. I love the texturing it. I love the lighting engine in this too. They made it look like it's in like either midday or like late evening or something. Maybe even like mid-evening or something. I have no idea, but the playability, it's not too narrow, it's not too wide, it's just right. It actually feels like you're driving through the streets of Paris. Don't quote me on this, but I've never been to Paris, and I can imagine that it actually looks and feels the same way, but, you know, it actually looks like it instead of looking like this, you know? The impression, the overall lasting impression, I feel like this would be a really good one to play online, I'd say. I could see a lot of people playing this so many times online, and it never gets old. Now, would I come back to this with friends or online? Yeah, definitely. I would definitely go for Paris Promenade again. That was actually really fun. Not gonna lie. So, Paris Promenade, for now, you get pretty much the highest score right now for this video, which is like, I'm gonna be rating this out of like 10 or something. This is an easy 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, would definitely recommend. I just feel like it could benefit from some additional features, like what this game is known for. Its anti-gravity system, and I'll go more in depth with that later. But yeah, that's my final score, 8.5 out of 10. So next up, we're off to the second track. Toad Circuit from the 3DS. Okay, I'm just gonna say it straight up. I'm not looking forward to this. I didn't really care about, you know, this track in its original game. I really don't care for the way it looks right now. I feel like, even though this... I feel like the... Okay, so... I know there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be watching this, and I know they're going to agree with me on this, but I feel like this is a little out of order. I feel like this is the easiest out of the first wave of DLC or something. I'd say even easier than Paris Promenade. Because think about it, this is a perfect entry-level course, and the reason why it's pretty much ranked as like second hardest in this cup, it astounds me. It confuses me why it's here and not at the beginning of this cup. But, you know, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself again on that. This is the safest and easiest track to put in this game. It looks very dull compared to, I don't know, I would say it looks duller than the 3DS, maybe even Mario Kart Tour. I'd say the 3DS actually made it look really good. Mario Kart Tour comes along and kind of improves the overall quality of the overall image. And then this game comes around and it looks fine. I just feel like it's a little unnecessary as far as, like, you know, why it should be featured. Plus, the textures make it look a little, you know, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm getting at, but I never really cared for this course. I mean, yeah. So my rating for this. So, the design, it's okay. I just feel like there could have been a little more done to this track. It just feels like a copy and paste kind of track or something, but with better graphics. If you could call the road, I mean, the road itself looks nice, but I feel like the lighting engine is kind of the double-edged sword, or however I'm presenting this metaphor or something like that. As far as it, basically, double-edged sword meaning it looks nice to look at. It's like, I don't know, probably like late in the evening, or I already said that. Like towards the evening or something like that. Maybe like, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 o'clock or something. It's okay, but I feel like at the same time, I mean, the lighting engine looks nice in this track, but I feel like it also could be the worst thing because, and I can see why a lot of people say that the colors look very bright, very oversaturated and all that, because of the fact that the lighting engine doesn't work with certain colors like yellows, greens, some greens, I'd say, and all the tans and other things like that on the ground and the sand pits and all that. Yeah, the design is okay. Nothing really big to brag about. Nothing really to brag about at all. The overall impression I get from this track, I'm gonna just say it again. I was never really a fan of this track, even in the 3DS, even though it looked better and played better on that system. I still don't like it just because of the fact that it's bland. I'm just gonna say it straight up, it's bland. Would I play this again? Definitely not. I really don't care for this course. As I said before, it's bland. It's not worth coming back to. The textures look nice, but I feel like at the same time, it's that double-edged sword as I mentioned. It looks nice, but it's way too oversaturated with certain colors and all that. And while it looks nice, it's just copy and paste. So, for this track, I'm gonna give probably the lowest. I'd say maybe a 3 out of 10. Yeah, not good when you release this track as a part of DLC, especially as the second course in the starting cup for the pack. Not good. Not good at all. So, yeah, that's pretty much my final verdict on this track. Let's head over to the next track, and hopefully we see something else, I guess. I don't know. Oh boy, I'm scared. Here we are, race number 3. From the N64, we have Choco Mountain. Okay, so word of warning, I actually was looking forward to this. Dating back from Mario Kart Tour, and dating even further back to Mario Kart DS. This was actually, believe it or not, one of my favorite tracks from the N64. And let's just be honest, the N64 had a lot of really, really good tracks on the cartridge or whatever. And of course, Peach had to throw the shell behind her, as I was trying to avoid it at all costs. So the way that I saw this course, I was actually in disbelief that they featured this in Mario Kart Tour, and I can already tell you, the difference is night and day. The textures for this version of the course look leagues better than what was featured in Mario Kart Tour, even though it featured all the new bells and whistles, like the glide section from, like, you know, the latter half of the track and all that, and I am in so much trouble. I see that, and I am so knocked. Oh, man. Well, look, at least it took Rosalina out, so... Oh, no. No! I am not about to deal with that. Nope, I see that. Hopefully we can get ahead of everybody. Ah, okay, okay. Is that how you want to play a game? I can play that too. So anyway, yeah, this game has a lot of interesting textures as far as like what looks good, what looks flat, and all that kind of stuff. This is probably the best looking, like second best looking, next to Paris Promenade in this entire track pack. Sorry. Yeah, this entire track pack looks nice. Save for Toad Circuit or whatever. I feel like I said, this is probably the set. Are you kidding me? Why is it every single time? Every time! Looks like I got some cleanup to do. I'm not winning this one. I am not winning this one at all. Not winning this one. But that was fun, though. This track actually was fun. So, yeah, my overall verdict for this track is that the design looks really nice. I like the way that this game was translated from its tour counterpart, especially with the new glide section. I feel like that adds a little more character to this track besides foggy, misty, and just, you know, all over the place as far as bending, twisting, all that kind of stuff. AI aggression aside and all that, because you saw that. You literally just saw that. This game actually presents its content very well, and I feel like this track is a good example of textures used in the right way. The overall lasting impact, I could see this also like as like a secondary option for online races, as well as like, you know, local multiplayer or something. But I feel like it would be better played competitively, I would say. I don't know. It's a weird idea, but just go with it. It feels nice. It's very tight. It's very responsive. Not once did I feel like I was in trouble, except for that one point. But yeah, this is actually a really, really fun course. Would I come back to this track? Definitely. I love this course, and I've always loved this course ever since the N64. So, going back to what I said about Paris Promenade, this is probably the best looking next to Paris Promenade. So, the overall rating is going to be an 8 out of 10. 8.5 for Paris Promenade, as I said before. It ranks just a little higher than this course. Paris Promenade ranks a little higher than this course, but I feel like with a little time, this track will definitely have its time to shine. All right, so with that out of the way, it's time to get on with the final track of the Golden Dash Cup. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the remastered Coconut Mall, and I can already see something wrong with this course. And I'm about to point it out as soon as I get to it. I'm not looking forward to this at all. My body is not ready for this course. But at least I know where to go and what not to do. All right. All y'all need to get out of the way. Isabel's on a mission, and she is determined to win. Despite the fact that I'm going to have to do some cleanup later. But I can tell right away that the inside of the mall, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, that big sign, that big welcome back sign or something at the end of this track is gone. Was that a design choice on Nintendo's part? I have no idea. It's just, I feel like it looks a little naked without it. But overall, I think I know what they were trying to go for with this track as far as like, you know, textures. I think they were trying to go for more like a Wii Sports kind of look. With the saturations of the greens, the oranges, and even some of the yellows, I'd say. Like, everything looks and feels like it could be something either featured in Wii Sports or maybe even a remaster, like better textures for, oh, come on. Why is it every single time? I've gotten hit by these things like multiple times. Hello, okay, this is a problem. This is a huge problem. I have to turn around. Am I gonna be able to recover this? I don't think so. There's already a problem with this course. If you get stopped by... Okay, I'm just gonna explain it once I get to the final verdict for this track, but I already sensed a problem. I already noticed a problem just from that lightning strike. And it's very evident from the fact that I'm not happy about what just happened. But I think we are able to recover this. And just like that, we're done. Coconut Mall. I was not prepared at all for what was about to happen. I didn't like how that felt, but we powered through it. And that's what matters. I mean, you know, this track is nice, I like what they did to it. I can definitely tell that we're going more for like a Wii Sports Wii Sports Resort, Wii Sports Club, and soon Nintendo Sports, Nintendo Switch Sports or whatever, kind of vibe to it. The textures in the mall itself look kind of like that of like linoleum and concrete and all that, as well as like, you know, the stuff on like in the parking lot area. It really does look much better. Although I feel like if I were to play this track again, I would more than likely go back to the Wii and maybe the 3DS. I don't remember now, but this is probably like, I don't know, the middle child of like the best of this course, of this entire cup. But I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll like go overhead and just give the overall design. Like I said, the design itself looks really nice. The textures look a little more bright, vibrant. It actually feels like you're like driving through the mall. I mean, who hasn't said that before? Who hasn't felt that way before when driving through this course? The overall lasting impression, as far as like playing it online or something, it would be nice, but I feel like it's going to be the most overplayed track of the entire, you know, booster pack, I guess. But, you know, it'll only time will tell. So there's one negative design aspect for this track, and that's if you stop on an arrow that's on an escalator or anything that's going in the opposite direction instead of forward, you are gonna stop dead in your tracks, and you're not gonna gain any momentum going uphill, going up a down escalator, basically. Yeah, you're basically just gonna be stuck in one place, and you have to, as I showed you before, as what happened during the race, I had to physically turn around and maneuver myself onto the up escalator and get back into the race. That's the one negative aspect of this entire course. I mean, it's kind of a deal breaker, but I feel like this exploit could be very problematic. Would I come back to this course knowing that that is going to happen from time to time? It's kind of a 50-50 for me. Like, I would play it, but I wouldn't voluntarily play it, knowing the risk of if I get struck by lightning, if I get hit by a spiny shell, if I get hit by any item going up a down escalator, I'm gonna be stuck as any character. Doesn't even matter if it's Isabelle, doesn't even matter if it's anybody smaller than Isabelle, doesn't matter. Does not matter. That's the only downside. So, this version of Coconut Mall kind of is like the, like I said, it's the middle child. So it's gonna get a pretty decent score of 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, not good, but good enough so that it presents the challenge of what you have to do and how do you improve from it. After all, this is like the first time we're doing this anyway, so yeah. So yeah, that was the first cup in the DLC pack for Booster Pack 1. So now we go into the final verdict. Okay, so based on what we just endured, I would have liked to go for like a total 100%, but you know, given my luck in Mario Kart, especially in like single player or whatever, yeah, the first time around, Mario Kart is just like, you know, evil that way. It just prevents me from having like a good overall score the first time around, and it's like, you know, this, that, and the other. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. So, as I mentioned before, Paris Promenade had 8.5 out of 10. Toad Circuit had either 3 or like a 3 out of 10. Sorry. Choco Mountain had 8 out of 10, and Coconut Mall had 5.5 out of 10. So I would rate overall the Golden Dash Cup, given that everything was like, you know, good first impressions, all that kind of stuff. And here's how we're gonna pave. Here's how Nintendo's going to pave the way for all this paid DLC. Overall, I give this entire cup a 7 out of 10. Good first impressions, just some things I feel like could have been done better. And I'll touch more on that in the part 2 or whatever. But yeah, this was a really good way to open up the overall playability of this entire experience, I guess. And I can see why a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, this doesn't look right. This doesn't feel right. I don't like the way the textures look. I don't do this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, I can see why people are gonna be like that, especially with Toad Circuit. Why it has to be the second race in this entire pack, I don't know. But I feel like the other 3 courses make up for that. So, yeah, I guess that's my final verdict for the part 1 of this. Yeah. So with that said, I guess that's gonna wrap it up for this episode, or at least this part or whatever. We still have so much more content to take care of, as far as like what's in the next pack or something. We'll get into that in another video or whatever, maybe like some other time or something like that, which will probably be immediately after this. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys decide what you saw today and how I presented myself, how you might have experienced these tracks differently, I'm guessing. And I can't wait to hear what you guys say or something, if at all. So yeah, that basically wraps it up for this first part. I'm gonna leave it right here, but don't go anywhere, because in the next video, I'm gonna be going into the part 2, which will go into the second cup of the first booster pack. Don't go anywhere. Stay scary, and I will see you in part 2.